Hey, everybody. I know. You gonna give me the side eye? Welcome to our Friday practice today and our day 18 of our 30-day yoga challenge. If you're joining for that fun stuff. Um, Hi, hun. We're going to get started on the hour. So in about 8 minutes or so, there is a playlist today for our Modo, inspired Hatha practice. And it is on my Spotify underneath my friend Simone, which is my handle name. Today's date should be public and ready to rock. And yeah, you guys can set up that playlist. You come in and get the dog. Husband Paul is behind the camera. Go. No, go. And get yourself one block for practice. And get yourself your device if you're going to playlist with us. And get yourself some water and get yourself what you need, creating your environment for practice. I was speaking to one of the practitioners on this 30-day challenge yesterday, and she was just describing all the things that she's been doing to make this virtual practice work for her. She's got her spot. I think it's downstairs, she said, in the basement. She's got a little heater that she turns on. She joined Spotify to make sure that she could get the playlist. So I just wanted to share with you guys that if you're still struggling to meet your home practice because it isn't quite what the studio is offering in the way of that room or that heat or that community, that shared experience, I just want to invite you to not give up entirely on making it almost perfect, if not perfect, for you. Like this spot I've found here to teach, it works. We've got the setup. We've got a look that isn't so distracting, not only for you guys, but for me. So it's worth a little bit of effort to figure out how to make this work for you, because we know we've been in this now for a little bit of time, and that's not nothing. So do your best, and if it isn't working for you, switch up. Maybe it's another room. Maybe it's closing the door. Maybe it's lighting. Maybe it smells. Maybe you light a candle. There's so many ways to make your experience essentially aesthetically more pleasing and more enjoyable. Hey, Diane. Welcome to the mat this Friday. Right on, right on. We've got about, hey, Matt. Ooh, how are you? Yo. Um, so good to be with you. Uh, Welcome to the mat, you guys. I was with my physiotherapist yesterday, and I know I wrote it in the email for the 30-day challengers, but if you're not part of the 30-day challenge, and I just wanted to share this with you just because I was I was worried that with this injury that I got on in my shoulder, which I think is being manifested in my shoulder, but it's actually a neck thing. Um, I was worried that, somebody would tell me to stop the 30-day challenge now that I've committed to doing it. And he was actually quite the opposite. He's a real big believer, as is a bunch of yogis in the world, that movement is medicine. And it's not to say that you can't, hold it back or modify or adjust. You have to make space for where your body's at all times. But he was quite the thumbs up version of a physiotherapist. He was very into the fact that we were moving our bodies every day, and that I was able to lead a practice where I could show ways to make adjustments. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, let you know that that was the case. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I look at my computer when I gaze down. Sorry about that. Just so I can see the chat. We are going to be working with a block on this practice today. I'm really going to integrate it into the Modo sequence, which is predominantly a Hatha-based sequence with a bit of vinyasa in the latter portion of it. So make sure that you have a block, please. Hey, Sabrina. Ciao. Welcome from Milano. Matt, I love that video. And he literally just sent it to us. I haven't heard from him in a while. We hear from him here and there. And he literally just sent it to us in the morning yesterday, and I just thought, oh, there you are. And I was thinking about him because he has this reoccurring back injury, and so I let him know that he was, his ears must have been burning. But yeah, the puppet thing is hilarious. I guess he's a master of puppets as well, as the lead singer of a cool band. Sabrina, how is Milano? How is the weather? Hoping to get to Italy in September, hoping that we're about to round the corner on our time with this super friendly pandemic who wanted to make sure to leave their imprint all over the world. But, hopefully we'll have vaccines and we'll start to feel the possibility of being able to move to different places again, which would mean that I will be in Italy in September leading a retreat. All right, guys, it is on the hour, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to get started. And if you could do what you need to do, if you've been on your back body, give yourself a stretch. If you want to round your wrists, do that. Stretch out your fingers. And we're going to make our way into a tabletop. And we're going to use our block right away in between our inner thighs, closer to our groin, away from the knees, so that you're not involved with what the knees can do for you as joints. And as you get into tabletop, then you can get your devices nearby. And I'm going to count us down on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2. Happy practice, guys. 1, hit play. Put your hands on the mat. Look at your fingers spread wide. Feel a gentle hug and hold on of the block in between your thighs. And curl your toes under and step your toes onto the mat like you're taking a little walk with your feet. Feel the stretch through the backs of the feet. So it's like stepping one foot at a time. You can see my heel lift one heel at a time. And then make those feet quiet down, but still curl the toes under. Feel the stretch of the plantar fascia, and then flip one hand at a time so your fingers look to your knees and tabletop. This should open up your forearms and into your wrists. And just breathe in and out through the nose. And then maybe take your bum a little back and a little more. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your bum forward if he went back. Flip your hands back to neutral, fingers point straight ahead. You might flip your hands one hand at a time. Just massage out the wrists. And with your hands to neutral and tabletop, a little hug of that block and arch your spine to drop your belly down, shoulder blades closer together. Big inhale. Hug your block around your spine, exhale breath. Couple more. Inhales to the arch. Exhales to the round. One more a regular way, and then we'll add on arch. Exhale round. And this time as you arch, take an inhale. And then knock your left ear to your left shoulder. Exhale. Staying in the arch. Come back to neutral, head to center, breathe in, staying in the arch. And then knock your right ear to the right shoulder, stretching your neck, stay to the arch. Come back to center, inhale, stay to the arch. And then go downward face dog as you hug the block. Take 2 breaths here. Walk your hands to your feet. Big breath in. And when you get to the back of the mat, fold over your feet with a hug of the block. Breathe out. Hug the block, stand up, arms high, forward and up. Breathe in. That hug, inner rotation, inner thighs, palms to heart. Breathe out. Half sun salutation, arms up, morning stretch. Breathe in. Hug the block as you fold. Breathe out. Hug the block, halfway lift, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Breathe out. Stand up, arms overhead. Breathe in. Hands to heart, breathe out. Feel the grounding of your feet. Put your arms down in a stand of mountain pose. Feel the push through the mounds of the feet. Feel the inseams of the legs. Get charged. And then draw your pelvic floor in and down a bit so there's less dip of the spine. Take your arms high, breathe in. Interlock behind the head with the hands. Keep your elbows mostly wide, but don't force it. Breathe in. And move your right elbow down to the right and your left elbow up to the right. Come back to center. Breathe in. Push your head to hands a bit. And go the other way. Left elbow down, right elbow high. Little crescent move. Come back to center. Breathe in. Press the head to hands up and over to the right. Keep it lifted through your lower right side. Stay put for 3. Breathe into your left side. Space it out for 2. Press your head to hands to butterfly. Open your heart for 1. Come back up, breathe in. Keep your hands there, but switch the grip. So the knuckles kind of switch position. Look up a bit, breathe in. And then go up and over to the left side, pressing your head to hands. Stay. You're staying for the breath. You're staying for the opening on your right side. Press your head to hand to open your chest a little more. To open right through to the armpits and lats for 3, 2. On an inhale, come back up to center. Hands to hips and forward fold with a micro bend in the legs. Hug the block all the way down. Touch your fingers in front of your toes. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, maybe flat hands down. Bend your legs to sit into an imaginary chair. And then pick up your arms parallel to the mat. In that imaginary chair, reaching the fingers forward, breathe in and out. And just hang out here and explore. What does it mean to be here? What does it mean for your body to show up with this? Acknowledge anything you got to tap into and acknowledge the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Float the heels up off the ground and go into the balls of the feet. And then stack your heart back so your shoulders are on top of your hips. And get into the nitty gritty, guys. I know. Breathe in and out through the nose. One more breath in. One more breath out. And keep your heels high. Straighten your legs. Hug the block. Breathe in. Everybody put the heels and the arms down. Breathe out. Take a pause here. One inhale. One sigh. Exhale. Arms high. Breathe in. Hug your ribs in as you fold. A hinge at the hips. Tap your fingertips in front of your toes. Do a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe in, another sip. Exhale, fold, breathe out. Put your peace fingers to big toes, elbows look out to the sides. Weight into the fronts of the feet, halfway lift, breathe in. And then charge your arms as you bend your elbows out to pull your heart in, hugging the block still. If you need space in the hamstrings, bend your legs a bit. And then fold deeper with the charge of your arms for 3 and 2. Release these fingers and walk to plank. Breathe in. Get into plank, broad the upper back body. Press through the balls of the feet. Breathe out. Take an inhale. Put your knees down in tabletop. Breathe out. Shoelaces down, arch the spine. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine. Breath out. Flat your back. Breathe in. Curl the toes under. And let's go to downward face dog as you remove the block from in between your thighs. Put it to the side of the mat. Right leg high in down dog. Breathe in. Use your belly, right knee to right elbow. Broad the upper back body. Breathe out. Inhale, kick up. Touch your left elbow. Even kiss that left elbow. Give it some love. Inhale, kick up. Step towards your right thumb. Put your left knee down. Breathe out. Take your arms high on an inhale. Bring the hands to your heart. Tilt your heart forward and down, and then twist over that front leg. Park your left knee down at first. If it needs to be on a towel or something cushion, do that. Rotate your right rib cage up and back as you press your right palm as much as you can, the left palm, centering your hands more towards the chest. Breathe in and out. Add on, curl the back toes under if you'd like, and straighten that back leg. But peel your belly off your front thigh and be in the moment of strength. You've got this. One deep breath in. And one deep breath out. Awesome. Come out of the twist. Take your arms high to crescent lunge. Breathe in. And then hop off the ball of your foot, slow and steady. Even if you two-step it, you can hop it to the front and then over your right thigh in eagle. Bring your left arm underneath your right, sit to eagle. And turn to your breath. 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot down, straighten both legs, drop the arms down. One breath in standing at the top of your mat. One sigh out. Swim your arms high, breathe in. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe micro bend in the legs if hamstrings are tight. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your paws to go into plank pose, breathe out. Take an inhale here. This time put your knees down, but put your shoulders ahead of the wrists, breathe out. Draw your belly in so there isn't a dip in the lower spine. Take an inhale. And then bend your arms slow, elbows look back. Modified flow, tips of the fingers down, and peel your heart up and your gaze up. Breathe in. Shoelace to the floor. Breathe out, come down. Press to tabletop, take an inhale. And move this tabletop to downward face dog. Breath out. 2 breaths here. Round your heels a little more to pick up your toes and spread those toes wide in space. Wake it up for 3, 2. One more out the nose, exhale. Left leg goes high, breathe in. Left knee to left elbow, gives love, breathe out. Touch it. Kick back, spread the toes, inhale. Touch your right elbow, a little bit of a twist. Kick back, breathe in. Step to the left thumb, breathe out, right knee down. Take your arms forward and up, swim them up, real life, inhale. Bring the hands to heart, tilt the belly forward and the heart forward and down a bit, and then twist over that front leg, other side. And you're kind of rotating that left rib cage up and back, twisting out the toxins. Literally, that's what it's good for. Like wringing out that towel. Squeeze it out. And then maybe curl the back toes under here as you press the left palm to right and straighten that back leg. But straighten it in strength as you peel your belly off the front thigh. Breathe in and out. Stay in the lunge. You're going to come out of the twist and crescent lunge. So everybody needs to straighten that back leg. Breathe in. And can you do it in one step or two step? Right leg over the left, eagle. Right arm underneath the left, eagle. And then focus those eyes still and be with yourself. No one else, just you. One more breath in and out. Right foot down, straight legs, arms high, breathe in. Drop the arms by your side body, take a stand, be still, breathe out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Take your arms high, breathe in, listen carefully, interlock behind the head again, breathe out, elbows wide. Draw your belly in to get rid of dip in the lower spine for one beat. Take an inhale, press the head to hands. And then that dip kind of returns as you elevate the heart center and you arch the spine. But it returns with this kind of intention to lift the center of your chest, the sternum area, as you get your back bend. Keep your thighs strong. One more breath in. And out. Come out of the arch. Breathe in to hips. Exhale, forward, fold, breathe out. Tap the fingers down to the floor. Take your block, even if you have to reach out of this pose for a sec. Put it standing up vertically in between your feet. Slip your hands underneath your feet, toes to wrist creases. Push those feet onto the palms, massage out your wrists. Tuck your chin in, neck long. And then enjoy the scope of breath running across the upper back body, washing out. One more inhale, fill up your back body. It gets a little wider. Exhale, push your feet into your hands and maybe pull on your feet. Activate your arms a bit. Release the hands. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Breathe in. Plant your hands and step your left foot back. Take your right arm high, breathe in. And reach your right arm overhead, a kind of side stretch and twist. Ground through the mound of your right big toe. Put your right hand down, breathe in. Wash your arms back into a powerful lunge with back legs straight. Swim your arms forward and up, breathe in. Tilt your heart high, and then tilt your heart down, arms back into powerful lunge, breathe out. One more of those, up, forward, and up, breathe in. This time, second warrior, breathe out. Both arms up, if you can manage that in your shoulder. Reach forward through the right fingertips and look over those right fingertips. And then imagine you have a block in between your upper inner thighs. Make that a bit of a focus. And then feel how that impacts your second warrior. And we're going to hang out here even a little longer. We tend to move in and out of here. Never really visit here. What is this about? Besides the burn in the legs and the you showing up, what is this unfolding? What layer is it picking off? Keep the upper inner thighs squeezed in. And then as you bring both arms overhead, straighten the right leg. Breathe in. And then send your left hip to the back of the mat like a dance move and drop your right fingertips to that block. Left arm stays high if it's okay. Ground through the mound of your right foot so you can feel the inseam of that leg light up. That lights up, it goes one way, the left rib cage washes up and back the other way. And you're just breathing. You're going to come up, you're going to bend your front leg into a second warrior. Breathe in. And with that right fingertip looking forward, look over the right fingertip, breathe out. And then tap your right forearm to your right thigh. And then extend your left fingertips overhead, kind of opening the armpit towards the left side of your room. Can you tap your right fingertips to the block and pick up energy in the bend of this right leg? They're poses, they're asanas, they're meant to be in the seat of them and see what's up. So what's up? Keep your lunge. We're going to exalt our warrior. Tap your left fingertips to left leg, right arm high. Stretch your right side open, breathe in. And then cartwheel the hands. Left heel up. Right foot back into plank. Breathe in as you put your knees down and your shoulders ahead of the wrists. Belly in. Breathe out as you bend your arms till your heart hits the block. And then come forward and through to the heart like a modified up dog. So your knees and thighs are relaxed down. Tabletop. Exhale, downward face dog. Take 2 big steps on either side of the block, top of the mat. Fan your toes out and your heels in and breathe in halfway up. Exhale, fold. Don't go anywhere yet. One more breath, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Don't go anywhere yet. Heel toe in to frame the block, more like hip width distance in the feet. Toes look straight ahead. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Exhale, pause down, front pause. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Right hand down, left arm high. Breathe in. Left arm to 12 o'clock. And then reach the left fingertips overhead towards the front of the mat. Stretch. Breathe out. Take the hand back to 12 o'clock. Inhale, hand down to the mat. Exhale, wash the arms back into runner's lunge. Back leg remains straight and strong. Notice if you're compromising length in your neck by tucking your chin in and getting all stiff in that department. Free the space of the neck to be long, echoing the journey of the spine. Inhale the arms long forward and up. You open and brighten up the open of your chest. Breathe in. Through the exhale, you tilt the heart back down and the arms back into powerful lunge. Again, breathe in. Arms down and back, powerful lunge, breathe out. One more time, up through to crescent lunge and that lift of heart. Carry that into second warrior. We're here for a few beats. Notice how that block on the inside of the left foot is going to keep you honest, pointing your left big toe straight ahead, not in or out. And feel that little gentle hug of inner thighs coming in towards one another, picking up the pelvic floor. You own that as you get into your lunge. What's the layer? Look at it, be with it. It is you. One more breath in and out through the nose. At the tail end of that exhale, your arms go high to straighten your front leg. Breathe in. Your right hip knocks back like a dance move, and then left fingertips down to the block. You could heel toe the back foot in, and then you'll feel the inseam of that left leg light up as you press the mound of the left foot down to the ground. Keep it lit, right? Bright. Rotate the right rib cage up and back. And then check this guy out. Doesn't he deserve your attention? Notice the tendency in a lot of us, myself included, to keep it moving. What do you get as you show up to him or her right here? I'm going to come back into second warrior. So there's a bend to the front leg. Breathe in. And the left forearm to the left thigh as you wash the right fingertips forward and up overhead. Extended side angle. Rotating the right armpit more open to the right side of the room. Keep the strength of your legs. And then maybe tap the left fingertips down onto the block. Keep it open. Open in the torso, open in the heart center. Oh boy, look at us. Look at what we can do. What a gift. Deep breath in and whole breath out. As you come up, you're peaceful, exalting your warrior. All the way up and back, right fingertips tap the right leg, left arm high. Breathe in. Breathe in. Cartwheel the hands. Hands plant, right heel up. Oh, step to plank. Take an inhale. And an exhale in plank. You decide, do you need to modify it? Knees up or down, but heart forward, shoulders ahead of the wrists. Breathe in. Bend your arms till you hit the block. Come up through to upward face dog or modified upward face dog. If it's modified, it's tabletop first en route to downward dog or all the way in. A little look forward, a little maybe widening the hands. And then two big steps to the outside of the blocks, right? Right foot outside, left foot outside, toes out, heels in, halfway lift. Wait for it. Breathe in. Exhale as you fold in, bend your legs, and start to sit, 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 sit. Head your arms forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can you sit down? Or maybe you template it down with the hands and kick your legs up into Navasana boat pose. Maybe you extend your legs long And you draw your belly and heart closer to your knees for a longer spine. Breathe in. I need to hold the back of my knees. You might be able to do it without. Breathe out. You're going to rock back and forward, widening the feet so you clear your block. All right? And we've done this before. You might need to two-step it. Do what works for you in your breath. Could you stand up with your feet framing the block, arms overhead? Hey now. Breathe in, stand up, arms overhead. Hands to heart, breathe out. Heel toe your feet a little closer so it's a more honest frame if they went wide. Feet are framing the block, so if that's not happening, do that. And check it out. As you swim your arms high, bring your left knee high. Breathe in. Squeeze the knee in. Send it back with the arms, topple tree. Breathe out. Float back up with your inhale, arms overhead, knee squeezing it. Enjoy the fluidity. Exhale, kick back, arms back, topple tree. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale, kick back, and you're going to land here. Your arms may stay back. They are in line with your spine and your back leg. Or they may come forward and line up high with your ears for warrior three. Everybody arms forward and up so the knee can go all the way through. Breathe in. And step down. Left foot on the outside of the block, arms down. Take that stand. You might tuck your chin and really feel the humility wash over you. Always shows you up to gratitude of what your body is showing up to do for you. No matter what your circumstance, no matter what your modifications, you're on your mat today. Take your arms high, right knee up. Breathe in. Squeeze, right? Squeeze it in, activate the belly, and then kick back into this little flow. Topple tree, right big toe looking down. Bring it back up on your inhale, on your move, on your pace. One more time. Inhale to come up. So this will be your third time. You squeeze the right knee in. You take it back and you extend through this foot, wanting to kick through the back walls. Stay put. Maybe fly your arms forward into warrior three. Turn your right hip in and down. One more breath in and out. As you come up out of it, your arms are forward and up. They might already be there. Right knee into the squeeze of the chest. And the exhale gets this step down and this release. Release of the leg and foot to the floor. Release of the arms, maybe a light tuck of the chin. One more breath in. And out. Take a step back so our block is in front of us, standing up tall. Take your arms high and your left knee up again. Breathe in. Keep your right arm there. Wash your left knee back with your left hand. Scoop that foot up from the inside for dancer's pose, Natarajasana. So many versions of this pose. You can stay high with knees kissed together and a very light kick into that backhand and a reach up. You can go deeper and deeper into the kick. You can play with the notion of taking it into Chapasana with a template of the fingertips down. And that would mean opening your left hip on top of your right as you kick the shoulder open. If you're in Chapasana, you want to turn the left hip, step down, feet together, hands to hips all the way up to a stand. If you're in dancer's pose, you just come up through the tilt of the heart, knees kiss, and take a step down, both feet on the mat, arms down. Tuck in the chin, give yourself that nice, peaceful, humble moment of recognizing what your body needs to do to you, or for you, excuse me, and what your heart needs to do, what you need to make space for as it kind of escalates that heartbeat. Arms high, breathe in. Right knee up, squeeze, and then kick back with that knee and that foot as the right hand scoops the right foot. And then decide, are you staying high, working on balance and strength of the standing leg? Totally great to do. Sometimes enough, depending on the day, depending on where our bodies are at. Or do you start to light kick? Still reach high through the left hand. Or do you go a little deeper into Chapasana? Where you have to template the left hand to the block and open your right hip on top of the left, slow and steady. And whether you're in Chapasana or not, feeling that kick open, and maybe out of that, turning your right hip in and down for Chapasanas to step your right foot down, hands to hips to get up. Or if you're in dancer's pose, tilt the heart back up to standing, knees together, and take a step down so we all meet in a standing. Let's bring our hands to heart. One breath in. And then your arms down, take a stand for yourself, breath out. And take your arms up overhead as you step to the topish of your mat. Breathe in, stretch, stay. Ground through the feet, reach through the fingers, but slide the shoulder blades down the length of the spine. Stay. Tuck your belly in, a little less dip in the lower spine. Breathe in, stay. And then sigh it out as you fold. Breathe out. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Block standing up vertically underneath your heart center. Exhale, fold. One more of those. Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Shoulders away from the ears and long neck. Exhale, plant the hands. Either side of the block, step into plank. Breathe out. Take a full inhale here. Knees up or down, but shoulders ahead of the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward dog as you touch that block, or modified up dog. Modified brings you through to tabletop and then down dog, or all the way into down dog. The one that gives you the clearance to breathe with integrity is the one that is best. Because nobody's winning this game. We're trying to show up for ourselves. For 3, for 2. Put your knees down. Breathe in tabletop. And then sit your bum down to heels and bring your block with you. Breathe out. Turn yourself into a sit. Maybe leaning right or left. Legs out in front. Ground sit bones. Have a forward fold in it. Arms high. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe out. Come back up. Breathe in and arms overhead. And then arms forward like Ardha, parallel with the mat. Round your spine. All the way lie down. And then arms overhead. Stretch, morning stretch. Breathe in. Sit up. Arms high. Breathe out. And take inhale. And fold. Exhale. Move that a little faster. Arms high. Breathe in. Arms forward, parallel with the floor. Lie down. Breathe out. Listen, arms overhead. Inhale. One exhale to sit up and touch the arms or the hands to the toes. One more time. Arms high. Breathe in. Ardha arms parallel with the mat. A little rounding of the spine as you lie down and still work the belly to resist the floor. Head down. Arms overhead. Breathe in. And then sharp exhale out the mouth as you sit up and touch your toes. One more of those. Arms high. Breathe in. Arms forward. A little jet out rounding of the spine. Sit down or lie down. Arms overhead. We're going to use that sharp exhale. Breathe in. Load your spring. And then sit up and touch your toes. Come back up, arms high. Breathe in. Arms forward, round the back. And stay there for a beat. Come down to the floor as you round out the back to get there. One inhale. And one exhale. Soles of the feet to the mat. Put the block in between your upper inner thighs. Knees look up, not out, not in. Put the palms down, put the feet grounding, and then lift the hips up as you squeeze the block. Breathe in. And be with this guy for a little bit. What does it take to be up here? No sinking into the lower back. Investigating pressing the pelvic floor even higher up to the sky. Although you're grounded in your upper back, there's not a hell of a lot of weight there. Can you feel that kind of lightness of being? And can you lift a little higher even? Hug the block. Really good for the SI. For 3, 2. Put this guy down as you hold on to the block. Breathe in. Put the block on the belly and then wag both knees to the left. Breathe out. Wag the knees back up. Breathe in. And wag the knees to the right as you breathe out. Do that one more time each side. Center, inhale. Go even slower to the left so that you feel the kind of nuggets in the spaces en route. The space in between. And then inhale, come back up. Breathe in, spaces in between to center. And then slow to the right. Breathe out. You might be able to recognize just how specific the is meeting your body. And come back up. Breathe in. And hug the knees into the chest. And breathe out. Whether it's one hand to each knee, pulling it in, or wrapping the arms, find your hug as you ground your lower back to the floor. And grab the backs of the knees, rock forward and back. And we're going to do that standing up trick again where we stretch our head. And we enjoy that morning stretch through our inhale. I'll meet you there. Stand up. Inhale, arms high. At the top of the mat, exhale, fold, bow. Halfway lift for the count of 3. Inhale, 2, 1. Exhale, fold for 3, 2, 1. Tucking the chin in. Good. One more breath in, halfway lift. Step your left foot back. Put both hands to the inside of the right foot. And drop your knee down. Breathe in. And look forward. Maybe you're on the fingertips, or maybe this is a good spot to use your block. However you need to support. I'm going to use my block to maybe drop my head and get onto my forearms in a really low lunge here. Remember to cushion the knees if you need the cushion. And remember to treat yourselves to these kind of delicious exhales that let you release the jaw and close the eyes. And take one more breath in. And one more breath out. If you're using the block, you kind of get rid of it, maybe to the top of the mat. Walk up through the heart, so all flat hands on the inside of the right foot. Straighten the back leg, pick up the back knee, breathe in, listen carefully. We're going to pigeon. Move that right leg into pigeon. A little bit of an arch in the spine will stand up the heart. Breathe in. And then move in as sweetly as you can into your version of pigeon. One last breath in that quiet place. Feel it inhale. Feel yourself fill up a little more. And at the very end of that exhale, get up your heart. Plant your hands. Everybody lean over to the right sit bone. Bring your left leg forward and step your left foot on top of your right thigh to the right side of your mat for half spinal twist setup. If your left sit bone is lifting, straighten your right leg. Yes. Take the left hand behind, right arm high. Breathe in. And then you twist. And got one more breath in and out. Come out of the twist. Just cross your left calf in front of your right shin. And breathe in as you roll forward. Release the ankles in a short downward face dog as you kick your bum up. Step your feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift for the count of 3, 2. Keep inhaling. Inhaling. Exhale, fold for 3, 2, 1. Top of the mat, fold, halfway lift, breathe in. Yeah. And then from that place, step the right foot all the way back. Breathe out. Step both hands to the inside of the left foot. Put your right knee down. And sweeten this in your low lunge. Maybe you stay high. Maybe you walk down onto a block. Maybe you walk onto forearms and you rest your head on the block so you can low your lizard lunge. If you want a little more in this stretch, you're going to ground a little more through the mound of your left foot. If you want a little less, you'll release that energy a little more. And really being with that breath, could you take 2 more inhales and exhales? If you're resting your head down, if you're pretty low, come up to flat hands on the inside of that foot. And then curl your back toes under to straighten your back leg. Breathe in. And maneuver into pigeon. Left knee to about 11 o'clock. Maybe 10. Real open is 9. As you kind of arch your spine and pick up your heart, you get a little bit of lift. Inhale. And then you walk down to your sweet spot, or you stay high. Got about 5 more breaths here. If you want a little more active pigeon, you're really pressing through your right pinky toe. If you want a little less, you soften that jaw no matter what, but maybe a little less push through that pinky toe. Big breath in. and out. Walk up to proud pigeon, so flat hands down to elevate the heart. Roll to the outer left hip, so you lean to the left. Help your right leg forward. Sometimes you got to pick that guy up. Step the right foot over the left thigh. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Sit bones are grounded, and if your right sit bone lifts, you're lengthening your left leg. Okay? Right hand behind. Left arm up, through the inhale, land your twist. Keep your spine incredibly tall so that as you rotate the twist, again, imagine your body a washcloth and get rid of that kind of dirty water that you want to squeeze out, that toxin, the stuck energy, rinse it out. Come out of the twist. Cross your right calf in front of your left shin, Sukhasana. Right? We'll do that one more time. Plant the hands forward. Pick up the bum. Uncross the feet. Step the balls of the feet back. Downward face dog. Maybe a little shorter. If you want a final flow, you move forward to plank. You adjust your feet to be long enough in plank. Breathe that in. You chaturanga, knees up or down, bend the arms, elbows point back. Breathe that out. Inhale, pull your heart through like you're coming up, through and up, over. Look up, over. Look at the horizon. Exhale, downward face dog. Come to the knees. Slowly lie down on your back body. You can go right to the riches of Shavasana, or you can twofold your Shavasana and bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly pose before you head home. Regardless, your hips are pretty wide, right? So butterfly would mean you need to do that. And Shavasana would mean you kind of echo that same vibe of hips open, zero resistance. And if you're doing butterfly pose, supine butterfly, Baddha Konasana, do your 3 breaths. Meet that pose. And then out of the sweetness of that pose, keep the journey of the hips open right into Shavasana, long legs. And then allow yourself to meet here. There's nothing more required of you. So let go into that. Thank you for being on this journey with me today, and of course over the last 18 days to you 30-day challengers. Thank you for keeping me accountable to the practice. And thank you for joining in our time on the mat. As always, I appreciate the trust and the playfulness and the belief in this practice. Lots of love. Namaste.